All right, we got the Pro R and we got the Turbo R. Well, one's the best? You tell me. I would say the Pro R by far, because you get 4 lock, you get more horsepower. If you want to save a few bucks, go to Turbo R. Amazing machine. It really is a big step up from like your Turbo S, your Pro XP. I would say this is a huge step up. Then if you want another step up from that, move to the Pro R, and then a huge step up, a game changer. Ready? What machine would you guys buy? Would you rather have a Pro R or a Turbo R? Is it because of the length, too big with the Pro R? Or is it you want the horsepower of the Pro R? Or is it you want the turbo setup so you can tune with the turbo versus with the Pro R? Tell me what you think. What car would you get? If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Do a side-by-side comparison, kind of some of the differences. We got the 2-seat Pro R Launch Edition down to a Turbo R 4-seat Sport Edition. So here's your base package, or here's your top package of the Pro R. So kind of two big differences there, but we'll go over some of the features. Okay, so for one, starting out in the front end, if you're just looking for a more budget friendly than the Pro R, because the Pro R is quite pricey, right? But you still want a lot of the sweet features of that Pro R, here you go. It's the Turbo R. Geometry of the Turbo R, it's 8 inches, like 4-seat to 4-seat, it's 8-inch difference. Turbo R's, which that geometry is a really good setup unless you have massive layouts like we do in the AZ, where narrowness is not a benefit. It doesn't help you at all. But if you're going up in the wilderness, or you got a trailer that's a little bit tight, this will fit it better. But if you have a 1000 XP, you're still gonna need it, and it barely fits, you're gonna need a bigger trailer. So a couple things to go over. You still get your suspension down here. You still got the beefy A-arms like you do over on the Pro R, okay? So a lot of good stuff here. The big difference that I know from the front end right here is you have no front locking diff. Pro R has the front locking 4-wheel drive diff, and the thing is incredible. Little known secret, I've been running my 4-lock on my track. I've ran it all over the place. It hasn't broke on me. You shouldn't be running 4-lock on a track. I'm doing it. It hasn't broke. The diff on that Pro R is amazing because it should have snapped by now and nothing has fallen apart on it. So it's amazing. And having that 4-lock, I've been stuck a couple times, like on some dirt going up a hill. I've just straight up stopped, put it in 4-lock, put it in low. The low in that Pro R is just amazingly slow, which is good, and crawled right out of it. So that 4-lock diff, amazing. If it's in your budget, make sure you get that, just because of that diff is amazing. So like on here, you just have 2-wheel drive and your 4-wheel drive, okay, here. We're gonna have 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then that 4-lock that I just am obsessed with. That is half the reason why I'm getting around that track so well, because I'm not losing my back end. I complain with the Can-Ams because you'll lose that back end really bad. With the amount of power that this has, you'll lose your back end pretty hard if you're coming around a corner and it'll want to slide out. 4-lock, you aren't sliding out too much. Now this one doesn't come with a roof because it is the base package, but it's got a roof. You still got your beefy arms on the front and on the back. You still get your toe links where you change them. So you get a lot of these big beefy features that you get with a Pro R. So that's the good point. I'd say probably the two biggest things, you're going from a Turbo R to a Pro R, that front lock diff, and then here's your clutch, there's your motor back there. What do you know? It's 181 on the horse versus the 4-cylinder 225 horse. Huge difference. The delivery on that Pro R, it gives you that snappy feel like you get from a Can-Am as far as just boom power really quick, but it is more linear than a Can-Am in my opinion, which is nice, but a lot snappier than like your Turbo R. But this thing is definitely a little bit quicker. Even though it's a little heavier, I feel like it's still quicker than like your Turbo S. So but it is a lot heavier. So, but I still feel like it's just as quick, if not quicker, as far as feel goes. So the layout, even with the Walker Evans suspension, going out here, going really, really fast across the whoops, the thing handles it really, really well. So if you think, oh, I don't really know if I really want to, you know, get one if I can't get Dynamics suspension, don't fret. It's a great thing. I love my Dynamics, but the Walker Evans edition on this 4-seat is still really, really good. So don't be too bummed. There's just a few things that we did notice when going hard. You know, you just can't switch it on the fly from firm to soft. Boom, boom, switch your suspension to a firmer setting or a softer setting on the fly. You don't have to stop, get out. Not the end of the world though. Motor and your 4-wheel drive lock, and then your price tag. Those are going to be your three big things. A Turbo R 4-seat sport package, so base model, your MSRP is like 30. Base model Pro R sport package, you're like 36, I think. 36, 37. So you're looking at like 6-7K difference. It's got the same width. You're gonna get 74 wide on both. You're just gonna get 8 more inches if you turn it into a Pro R versus a Turbo R.